Modern presidents need modern cell phones, but those devices can become a security nightmare in the White House, especially if the president doesn't follow best practices.
We know in the past that presidents have used very, very secure devices. Obama famously wasn't allowed to bring his BlackBerry into the White House. And so Trump has basically rejected that advice and said, I'm going to use the phones that I use. And there are good reasons for not wanting that to happen. Those phones are not terribly secure.
A lot of the features we take for granted on a normal smartphone, cameras, GPS trackers, apps, and so on, can pose serious security risks in the Oval Office. President Obama ended up getting a smartphone with many of those features disabled or removed. He was unimpressed.
So basically, it's like, does your 3-year-old have one of those play phones? Where it's got
That's what they gave the president.
President Trump has a different system set up. According to multiple reports, he currently has 2 official iPhones, one for making calls, another for tweeting and checking the news. Those devices also have limited functions and are supposed to be replaced regularly. But the New York Times reports Trump also has a third iPhone that he uses to make phone calls to his friends. That phone is said to be a standard out-of-the-box iPhone, which means it lacks the security protections of its government counterparts.
The U.S. government and the NSA has a bunch of secure cell phones, and they basically do end-to-end encryption. And the idea is that I make a phone call, then everything that's coming out of that phone is encrypted all the way to the person I'm talking to. Unfortunately, that is very hard to build into commodity phones like iPhones. Mm-hmm. And so that's why, if somebody wants to use a commodity phone, they're not going to be able to take advantage of those protections.
The Times report suggests foreign agencies are intercepting the contents of some of Trump's calls. The president reportedly isn't blabbing state secrets over the phone, but the Times says countries like China and Russia are using what they do intercept to plot out influence campaigns that could sway Trump's policymaking in their favor. Trump has contested the Times report on Twitter, saying he only uses government-secured phones to make calls.